sorry. According to the Anxiety and Depression of America, anxiety disorders are the most common illnesses in the U.S. According to them, it is also common for someone with an anxiety disorder to also suffer from depression, as they go hand in hand. Now, anxiety disorder can affect just about anyone. You do not get to pick and choose if you want it or not. It picks you. It decides that it wants to come inside your body and take over your life, basically. I want my audience to understand the severity of the different types of anxiety disorders in this world and how they affect people's everyday lives. I would like my audience to participate in spreading awareness about this problem to help others be brave enough to talk about their problems and get the help that they need. I would like my audience to visit the Anxiety and Depression of America website to learn how they can help contribute to this problem. According to the National Institution of Health, 3.1% or 6.8 million of the US adult population is affected by generalized anxiety disorder. 1.0% of these cases are labeled as severe. And 5.7% of adults in the US have a lifetime effect from socialized anxiety disorder. From the results that I received from my questionnaire that was sent out to everybody, most of you have no clue what people who suffer from social anxiety disorder go through every single day of their lives. So today I would like to spread awareness and share with you the severity of the different types of anxiety disorders and even my own personal experience. Now, a lot of people with anxiety disorders will deny it because either they're embarrassed or they just don't want to believe that they have this disorder. You know, they're in denial, kind of like people with substance abuse problems. They will deny it and deny it and deny it that they have a substance abuse problem until they can't deny it anymore. And that's kind of like people with anxiety problems. You try and make yourself believe that you don't have problems, but you really do, and it's a serious issue. A lot of people with anxiety disorders usually wait until the last minute to go see a doctor or get help, and that's really horrible for your body. That's bad for you. You make yourself crazy. The stress that an anxiety disorder puts on your body is sickening. You know, I know people whose hair has fallen out, who, they get sick all the time. Just, they don't have control over their body. They don't have control over what happens. People with generalized anxiety disorder usually suffer from restlessness, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, like during a conversation or when they're reading something. They have to be up and moving. They're really fidgety. Irritability, they get mad really easily, don't really have much patience. Muscle tension, or stuff that's commonly related to like arthritis and things like that. And sleep disturbances, which can either be problems falling asleep or problems staying asleep. Like myself, it's a problem. Every night I usually cannot find myself falling asleep until around 2 o'clock in the morning, unless I take a melatonin, which is a natural substance that helps your body fall asleep. Your body already produces melatonin, so when you take a melatonin pill, it just adds to it and it helps you fall asleep faster and it helps you stay asleep. Or, a lot of people that cannot get to sleep take NyQuil, which I wouldn't recommend because it's not good for your body. People who have anxiety disorders are in a constant state of worry. They wake up every morning wondering, is someone going to like me, or how am I going to get through this day to day? It's quite sickening. To me, it kind of feels like death. It's a horrible feeling. Um, since I was a child, I have suffered from both generalized anxiety disorder and social anxiety disorder. And I wrote something down about it, but I'd rather just speak to the heart from my experience. Um, as I've gotten older, it started to affect me more. Like for example, friends. It's always been hard for me to make friends. You know, as a teenager, it was hard to go to birthday parties and go hang out at the movies with friends like a normal teenager would do. In class, I was just so nervous. I hated reading out loud of the class. I was afraid I was going to stutter. When I had my name called on to read out loud, I would start sweating and like get these red rashes like I have right here right now. It's just part of my everyday life. Um, I hate going anywhere alone. Go to Walmart, the grocery shopping alone, forget it. I won't do it. I just can't be alone in public. I feel like everyone is judging me constantly. And it gets to the point where if I go into the store alone, people look at me like I'm a weirdo because I have all these blotchy patches on my face and my chest, and I sweat. I'm sweating profusely from my face. You can see it. My hands are all sweaty. I'm like fidgety. I move around because I get really nervous. Um, a lot of my friends haven't stuck around to deal with my outbursts because it's just something I guess they can't deal with. And I understand that because anxiety is a horrible problem that you have to deal with. Um, and I have to deal with it every single day in my life. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, studies show that 6.8% of U.S. adults, or 15 million, are affected by social anxiety. 2.0% of those cases are labeled severe, and 12.1% of adults in the U.S. have a lifetime effect of social anxiety. According to the Kim Foundation, approximately 40 million adults at ages 18 and over have an anxiety disorder. And most people with one anxiety disorder always have another one. You will never find someone with just one anxiety disorder. They either have depression and anxiety disorder or schizophrenia and something else. It comes in a pair. Um, and nearly 3/4 of those with anxiety disorders will have their first episodes by ages 12 to 15. And that's about where it started getting serious for me. As a child, I would have outbursts, and they can never understand why, but this is why. And I believe that if my audience would be willing to go to the ADAA website and learn how to donate, it would be the best solution. I will insert a link in my YouTube thing, and everyone can go check it out. Thank you.